Now, the moment I saw this picture, I already knew what the conversation was going to be, but let's get into it. Now, all the little homophobic people up in an uproar talking about stop pushing sexuality on our kids. Now, if y'all kept the same energy, regardless of the sexuality, then I would say maybe it's different. But y'all didn't have shit to say when all I saw growing up was this. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Very interesting. That is so crazy. It's almost like my entire childhood I saw straight cartoons kissing. It's almost like damn near every Disney movie, the whole basis of it was to find true love and to get true love's kiss. It's only been 2 bad biddies of Disney princesses that weren't based on that. Shout out to the real ones. Yeah. But yeah, y'all just homophobic, and please don't try to disguise it as you really care about pushing sexuality on children, because straightness has always been pushed on children and in cartoons, and y'all didn't say shit.
Hand grenade, they sleep on me, I'm Freddy Krueger in some Gucci frame. Must crush them dust.
And now, for the moment all you motherfuckers been waiting for. All my flip mode niggas rise and await for the most powerful event to occur. The coming!
I understand how you may self-identify and what it probably means to you, I do. But can you explain you and your ilk's tragically compulsive need to foist your beliefs on other people through incessant gaslighting and negging? Can you explain to me how the manner in which you self-identify has anything to do with introducing these mature concepts to children? What about parental rights to raise their children as they see fit? Do you understand the concept of family? Nuclear family? Or are you just parroting talking points you picked up somewhere during your own obviously very impressionable formative years? If human beings are truly born a certain orientation by your metric, then your ideological interference is not required. If you feel otherwise, then would you be willing to take these children into your home, raise and care for them as your own for 18 years? Are you a feminist? Do you ride or die for what you say you believe in, or are you just following a trend? Ma'am, with all due respect, are you a fucking lemming? Your self-designation, self-identity, is not a racial designation in a country that moves and operates based on color-based moires. Yeah, some scholars say color as relegated to societal positioning is an artificial construct, so that means you would be categorized as a black woman, nothing more, nothing less. So knowing that biological females are governed primarily by emotion, how does that make you feel? How does it feel to be seen as a woman and nothing more unless you insist and list your credentials, which are not apparent upon visual interaction? Does it make you angry to be a biological woman? Are you mad? Or do you cling to the self-identified and imposed pronoun? Do you live your life continually thinking your pronoun in each and every interaction with other living beings? Does your pronoun supersede your humanity, or does that come before your species? Are any of these questions making you overtly defensive? Angry, miss? Well, we'll obviously never know the answer to that question, but if it lands somewhere in the affirmative, perhaps you should seek competent counseling from an accredited and licensed official. Your defensive aggression would indicate some self-doubt inherent in yourself across the board, and you should work to take care of these issues interpersonally before euphorically spewing quack pop culture talking points across social media. Do you understand what is being said to you, ma'am? Okay, I'll put it to you another way in regard to the subject matter you addressed in your TikTok clip. I don't know if you were or are a fan of Superman, but the character appeared in 1939 essentially as an asexual character, an ideal. This intellectual property has been in existence for 85 years. Superman, the most recognized character on the planet next to Godzilla and fucking Mickey Mouse. Asexual, altruistic, despite having the powers of a god in some people's opinions. How many goddamn Superman comic books do you have? Do you even have the issue you're talking about, huh, miss? For some reason, I doubt it. You read as a poser of the highest or lowest order, depending on your own unique understanding of the term. You sound like a mouth breather. So it gives you glee that some hack made a Superman comic with 2 men kissing on the cover? Did you know the character is supposedly Superman's son, filling in for him while he's off the grid? I bet you'd say you have gay friends, right? But I think even that would be a lie. You're a poser. You stand for nothing and will be nothing, ma'am. You follow everything in front of you for clicks and likes, clout. And for what? You want to go viral, right? That's more important than anything in your pathetic life. How does it feel following the two fingers pinching your nose, force-feeding you propaganda they don't even believe in? Do you really believe this does anything for diversity, equity, and inclusion, miss? Can you get a student, home, or business loan from a bank solely based on your pronoun? Do you think two male comic book characters making out on the cover of a comic is progressive? Did you know the West, particularly America, has a stilted view of comics, animation, and superhero films? In short, they are considered mostly for kids. Pop culture fast food, honestly. So you think it's cool to have two comic book characters making out on the face of a medium, rightly or wrongly, earmarked mostly for children. What's next? Taking preschoolers on a field trip to a pronoun adult movie theater. A while back, this cartoon producer, a black female employed by the Walt Disney Company, did a live where she gleefully reported inserting as much pronoun content as she could in her words, "get away with," into the children's television she was responsible for. Her laughter at getting away with it brings all sorts of questions to the fore. Do you think children should be exposed to pronoun content without a disclaimer in front of said programming? Wouldn't that be responsible, miss? Don't answer that. You're just here to troll people you'll never meet and get your fucking clicks and likes. Will you ever have children? Hope not. Kings do not make fallen women the stewards of your family, the mothers of your children. Protect your seed because that is your heritage, your future, and your goddamn legacy. SYSBM means save yourself, black men, Nuff said.
Have you ever wondered why so many pro-black men are anti-feminism and homophobic? Unfortunately, it may be because of this black woman, Frances Cress Welsing. She wrote the ISIS Papers as an attempt to try to find what the root of white supremacy is, why it exists. And in her understanding, she determined that the cause of supremacy is to prevent the annihilation of the race. Now you may be wondering, what does this have to do with anti-feminism and homophobia? Well, she thought that black men were the main target of white supremacy because black men have the ability to annihilate the race through procreation. From that conclusion, she drew another conclusion that feminism is a supremacist ploy to get black women to economically advance so far that they no longer needed black men, and that the black family unit would be destroyed, and then there would be no procreation of black people. Which, when you think about it, is really sad because it reduces women to their role as an incubator for the next generation. But black women weren't the only marginalized group within the black community that she had a problem with. She also thought that homosexuality was an agenda to prevent the procreation of black people through emasculating the strong black man. In reality, the construction of cis heteropatriarchal gender roles and therefore cis heteropatriarchal sexuality is a product of white supremacy, making her an agent of white supremacy through her anti-feminist rhetoric and her homophobia. If any of this sounds familiar, there's a reason for it. Pan-Africanist black men don't want liberation for all black people. They want to be on top in a hierarchy of black supremacy that centers black men.